Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Rondell here. On this video, I want to show you how I personally, well, I'm going to show you how most people actually have made their first $250 payment with the Fearless Mama system. Okay, now this is what the average person does. Okay, so they get into the Fearless Mama, um, they watch this video, then they click here and they watch the second portion. They click this button and then they enroll here on the sign up page. When they enroll, you earn a 100% commission minus any fees that will come out of your Stripe account. Okay, or your merchant account if you use a merchant account. All right. So, what are people doing once they sign up? Okay, first and foremost, they're sending people to a capture page. Now, your capture page will look something like this. Let me see. So this is your capture page. This is what people are sending their traffic to. Okay, traffic is nothing but visitors and eyeballs on your website if you don't know. All right, so now you have your capture page link. After they opt into your capture page, they see this page next. Okay, so where do you go so that you can get people's eyeballs on your capture page? Well, what's taught in the system is to do solo ads. Now, if you want to do solo ads, this is probably one of the most popular places to purchase solo ad traffic. Okay, so I'm going to log in here, and you can see that once we get logged in here, it will show a variety of vendors. Now, I always recommend to my new team members to watch this video because it'll show you who sold the most solo ads that generated sales for people the previous month. Okay, but you also have to keep in mind that every other person that uses Udemy is also watching this, and more than likely these are the same people that they're going to want to purchase their traffic from. Okay, so what that means is that it's a possibility that depending on how fast these people build their email lists, that you may be sending to a saturated list. Okay, but scrolling down here, you can find sellers. All right, now you can actually filter this and you can search for sellers based on certain criteria, such as whose traffic generated the most sales. Typically 40% is about the highest. You can see this guy here, he had a 54%. Wow. And he actually had a 60% ranking of sales generated from his traffic. Okay, so what you could do is you could click on here. I don't remember seeing him on there on that thing for last week. This guy here is pretty consistent about generating sales. So let's click on him. Okay. So, all right. So, we can see here if we wanted to grab 100 clicks from this guy, it would be 68 bucks. If you wanted to grab 200 clicks, it would be 133 bucks. If you wanted to do 300 clicks, it would be about $200 almost. All right. So then you would put that link of yours in here. Now what you see here that I have here is a tracking link, and that way I can just make sure that I'm getting what I paid for and that it's not fake traffic. Okay, so you would put your link right there, click on add to cart, and once you click on add to cart, you're going to notice that um, eventually once he starts your campaign, you're going to start to see leads popping into your inbox. Okay, now that's one way to generate traffic. Another way that I got my first sale is through text message marketing. Okay, so what I did with that is I used a system called SMS Lead Network, and I really don't like to promote this because the owner put his sign up button on the home page, and I thought that was shady as shit. But anyway, the system works, so I still use it. But on here, you can click on text and phone broadcast. Okay, so then you come over here and you click on SMS broadcast right there. All right, so now you can send your broadcast out to an entire contact group. So you're going to need some leads. Now, if you need leads, I have sources that you can get access to leads from. But you just take the leads that you have, and if you've already uploaded some, rather, and you just select a group of leads that you want to send your message to. Okay, so in this example, I'll click here. I'm not going to actually send this, but I'll click that. And then you write your message here. So you could say something as simple as, um, hey, is 250 extra per day worth 10 minutes of your time? Go to your website here.com. And then you'd put your website there. All right. Then you'd click your button to send your messages, and people will start receiving those texts. Now, that is how I got my first $250 sale from a text broadcast. I think I actually got two sales from it, but I didn't track it properly. I know one for sure. The first one came from it. The second one I wasn't sure. But besides that, the only thing that I've done to generate sales in Fearless Mama, and I've made over 2 grand with it. I don't even really promote it like I was in the beginning. Is I send emails out to my list every now and then. So when I mail my list, I log into my Get Response account. I actually have Aweber also, but Get Response is my main account. Okay, so I click on Create Newsletter, click on Drag and Drop Email Editor, click on the list that I want to send to, which is Fearless Mama. Then I will send this just like that. Okay. 226 19. See, you guys, this stuff is not as complicated as a lot of people believe it is. Granted, if you're not a technical person, you might have to watch a couple tutorials on how to use your autoresponder or how to send text messages or what have you. But the strategy that I showed you the first time with the solo ads, you just basically log in, you select a vendor, and you click pay, and you're going to start having traffic coming to your website. Now, what a lot of people don't tell you is that while you can and you will, if you run enough traffic to your website, get lay down sales, is what I like to call it, through solo ads. A lay down sale, in my opinion, is a sale where somebody just sees what you have and they sign up. They never want to call you or email you to get any questions answered or anything. They just join. That's a lay down sale. Those are few and far between. Those will happen sporadically, but you won't have that happening all the time. What's really going to happen is you're going to have to learn how to follow up. Other times, people are going to call you wanting to ask you questions. So if you don't have your contact information in your email follow ups, how are they ever going to call you? If you know what I'm saying? So First off, let me write this out real quick. If you, I know you've been getting my emails. Why don't you watch this video and let me show you exactly how I made my first 250 with this simple to use marketing system. You'll be glad you did. Okay, sometimes less is more. Like a lot of times, I'm a very analytical person, so a lot of times I waste a lot of time and energy trying to think of the correct thing to write in my emails. And what I found is that the shorter they are, typically the more opens and the more clicks that I get on the links inside of those emails. Okay, so now I'm going to have to save this as a draft. Now, the reason I have to save this is because the video that I'm going to send out in this email, the one that you're actually watching, is the one that I'm making live right now. So when I get done recording this video with my Camtasia, you don't have to use Camtasia either. Camtasia is just what I prefer, but there's free software out there to do the exact same thing I'm doing right now. So once I get done with this video, I'm going to have to upload this video. Then I'm going to have to either put it on one of my hosting accounts, or I'm going to have to put it on YouTube or Vimeo so that I can include a link when I hyperlink this part right here for you guys. So then I'm going to click here, and then I'll click right here to add my hyperlink, and whatever my link for my video is will go right here. Now I'm just putting my blog in there right now just to show you how it will now become a hyperlink. So when you are watching this and reading this email, you can click on something, and it's always a good idea to bold your hyperlinks just because it's something that I read you should do. Okay, then once that's all done, I'll click on next step. Thought I clicked on it already. Okay, then I select the list that I want to send to. Here lately, I've been blasting my entire list with everything that I promote. It's not necessarily a good thing to always do that, but I just don't give a shit. So I send whatever I feel like promoting that day, I send it to my whole list here lately. Otherwise, I could just send this specifically to the Fearless Momma list. You see, I've got 514 people on that particular list. And then you come down here and click on next step, and that will send out your email to your contact list. Now when you are building your list with solo ads, that's the fastest way to build your list, but it's not the most cost effective. With the text message marketing, it's 1 cent per text. Okay, and I also have a ringless voicemail service that you can actually get access to, and I will be able to send out when you join me in Fearless Momma. What I'll do is I'll send out 1,000 ringless voicemails for you with the ringless voicemail blast software. Okay, so I just basically sat there and showed you exactly how I make money, exactly how you can make money, and how to do some of the mechanics inside of the process of after you get leads. Because like I said, once you start to get leads, it doesn't necessarily dictate that you're going to make sales from those leads until you learn how to communicate and follow up with those leads effectively. All right, so hopefully you guys got some value out of that. I feel like I got some, so I hope I hope you did too. But I will talk to you guys on another video. If you're wanting to get started with the Fearless Momma, you want to make $250 commissions at will, then click the button below this video to get started. And like I said, I'll hook you up with 1,000 ringless voicemail messages, and hell, I'll even send out 1,000 text messages for you too, and I'll provide you with the leads. So that's a hell of a deal, and nobody else is going to offer it to you because they don't give a shit about you. And I'm and I'm just being completely honest from my own personal experience. Like I learned from my buddy Rich O'Brien years ago, like you have to provide value to people in order for people to partner up with you. And once I started to emulate Rich, is when I started to enroll a lot more people in programs. So shout out to Rich if you're watching this. But that's all for now, my friends. I will talk to you all on another video. Click the link below here and get started with me, and let's make some noise.